For the week 3 discussion, in your initial post, you need to describe a situation when you estimate an average by giving a range for its possible values. And the key mistake I see students make is that they give a range, but their range is not estimating an average. And let me show you what I mean there. So for me personally, my commute time to work can run anywhere from 9 to 20 minutes. Now, what I see students do a lot is say, well, I'm 90% confident I can make it to work in between 9 and 20 minutes. That's not giving an estimation of an average by giving a range. That's just giving an estimation of your time to get to work between 9 and 20. We want to estimate the average with the range. Now, I also see students come up with their average and just give a point estimate. For me personally, if I average the quick times and the long times, all the times in between, I would say my average time to get to work is about 12 minutes. I see students say, I'm 90% confident I can get to work in an average of 12 minutes. There's no way your point estimate is going to be exactly right. That's why we give a range, an interval for our estimates, for our guesses here. It's not going to be exactly 12 minutes, but I'm pretty confident that the average will lie between 11 and 13 minutes. I'd say I'm 90% confident in that. I would bump myself up to 95% confident if I said it's between 10.5 minutes and 13.5. And then if I gave myself an even wider interval, so it's more likely that I'm not going to miss, I'd say my average time to work is definitely, I'm 99% sure my average time to work is between 10 and 14 minutes. So whatever example you come up with, whether it's the amount of time you spend on social media each week, or how long it takes you to run a mile, or whatever, think about your smallest value, your longest value, and then think about what the average would be. It's somewhere in between your smallest and largest value. And then come up with a point estimate for your average, and it'll probably be pretty close to the actual average, but there's no way it's exactly right unless you've gathered every single possible piece of data and actually done an average, computed the average of all the data. So what you want to do is get your point estimate and then create an interval around that point estimate that then you can be pretty darn confident that the actual average is somewhere within your interval. And how wide you make your interval really depends on you and your personal situation. You don't just have to go one below and one above. For whatever situation, if you're talking about the average price of a home in a neighborhood, you're probably going to want to go, $10,000 below and $10,000 above, or maybe even more. So depending on the situation, you will decide how large your interval needs to be for you to be confident that the real average lies somewhere within that interval.